Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
She's here from the Daily Oz, Emma Gillespie. Hello.
Hello. Well, the US election is upon us. It's here, election week. Can you even believe it?
I know. What time for us do they hit the polls?
Well, everything happens Wednesday our time. So Tuesday their time, Wednesday our time. Polls start closing Wednesday, 9 a.m. Most of them close about midday. And then it's all wrapped up by Wednesday, 3 p.m. our time.
And
Hawaii's
then the challenge begins, maybe.
And it begins, and it could be days, it could be weeks. Last time it wasn't until Sunday. It could be years. Well, it could be 4 long years. But polls are neck and neck. Everyone is predicting a photo finish. They're calling it the closest US election race in modern history. So the candidates, Trump and Harris, are really trying to squeeze as much good PR as they possibly can out of the
Driving
remaining
around in a garbage truck.
Exactly, the garbage truck, the dying breaths of their campaigns. And we had Vice President Kamala Harris making a surprise appearance on SNL over the weekend. She joined Maya Rudolph, who's an actress. You might know her from Loot, Bridesmaids. She's an SNL alum.
She does a very incredibly precise impersonation of Kamala Harris.
So she's been satirising Kamala over the last few months, and the pair performed a sketch during the famous cold open of SNL. So right before you see the monologue or any of the credits, here's a little bit from that.
We know each other so well, we even finish each other's belief in the promise of America.
And then this was another funny moment.
Kamala, take my Pamela. The American people want to stop the chaos and end the drama with a cool new stepmamala. Kick back in our pajamas and watch a Kamala.
I always think with SNL, you like me, I watch it and I think, is this funny or not? I can't tell, because sometimes there's really great stuff on there.
Yeah.
But they seem to go too long with it.
I love SNL, but I do think that especially their pre-election show, it's really kind of a snapshot of the cultural, it's a temperature check of what the culture is thinking. And it's certainly not, indicative of how Republican voters are feeling. Yeah. But, comedians, But
I found if you make any jokes about Trump, people just get really triggered now. If you just make any joke about Donald Trump, people just go, oh, well, at least he's not letting migrants into the country. And you go, okay, I'm just making a
I think
joke.
what SNL did really well in this show, in the pre-election show, was it was a lot more self-deprecating. They made fun of themselves. Kamala really making fun of herself, mocking her own laugh. Plenty of Trump jokes, though. But we had Weekend Update, which is their sort of news desk spoof segment in halftime of the show. And the lead writers do that segment. Here's a gag that Colin Jost opened with that I thought was good.
Well, next week, the American people will decide if the next president will be Kamala Harris or if everyone at SNL will get audited.
That's fun. They're all in a gulag.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the whole of Hollywood's on edge, but they're throwing their weight behind Harris. She's got a couple more rallies over the next 2 days. She's in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, where Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Oprah Winfrey are all expected, Ricky Martin. And that's not the only big star who has thrown their support behind Kamala over the weekend. Former Republican governor, the Governator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, has endorsed Harris. Now, you might remember he was governor of California and a staunch Republican, but he's backing the Democrat because he said that a Trump victory would mean 4 more years of BS. He wrote this really lengthy post on X over the weekend. He said he doesn't really do endorsements, but he felt that he really had to, that this is all just a game to Trump, and a candidate who won't respect your vote unless it's for him is, not a candidate who can protect the future of America. I also didn't realize there's beef between Schwarzenegger and Trump because Arnie replaced Trump on The Apprentice in 2016.
Trump kept boasting about how terrible the ratings were when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing
because he was his replacement. But there is a kind of more sinister conversation going on here, which Arnie has alluded to, which is that Trump has gone really hard over the weekend on the voter fraud, the controversial kind of conspiracy theorizing about the democratic system. He told supporters at a rally in Pennsylvania that he thinks pollsters should be locked up because polls are illegal.
Yeah, they're finding it very hard to find people who are going to man those booths actually at an election day because people are terrified that they're going to be the the front for violence.
They've had to
There was
increase
one that was set on
security.
fire. What was
there are
the?
multiple that have been set on fire.
So who
in
did that? Do
Washington
they know
and
who did that?
Vancouver.
It was-
They've got a suspect. They have these images of a car that they think had sort of hopped around all these ballots over the course of one night. But they found, IED explosive things in these ballot boxes. Trump is basically calling for early votes to not be counted. He says that.
You know why? Because a whole lot of women have voted early, and that's believed to be a push for Kamala.
Well, that 60 million people have voted early or something in the US, which is huge. And now, we've already got this talk of denying whatever result's going to be.
It's exhausting.
Yeah,
It's
it
exhausting.
is. And the only thing Americans do seem to be in agreement on is a poll last week, a national poll found that 2/3 of US voters do feel that violence post-election day is inevitable. So they're all expecting some kind of huge uprising, which is just horrific. It's going to be a scary week.
I'm glad we live here. We've got
Yeah.
our democracy sausage.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Got to be grateful for that. Thanks, guys.
Maybe that's what they need. If they had democracy sausages, maybe there'd be a kinder
That's probably
system.
the temperature would drop a bit. Not on the grill for the democracy sausage, but nonetheless.
Unless you vote late, run out of onion, and then all hell breaks loose.
Don't even start.